Okay guys, welcome back to Railworks Sundays. So initially I was going to do the Christmas special for today, but I realized that's going to be a bit too early. So we're going to do something different. We're going to talk about the Union Pacific 119 and by extension the Sherman Hill extension, because by God, I've been having so much fun with this locomotive. I figured I'd share it with you guys. And with the steam winter sale just around the corner, I figured it's the best time to really show people what Smokebox is really capable of. This guy makes some of the most incredible content for Railworks, all steam locomotive based for the most part. Now, I heard, granted, I'm not entirely 100% sure of this, but I heard that he was also responsible for the braking, like the coating for the braking for the turbine, which means that he somewhat, what the fuck? Oh yeah, that's right. If I remember right, there was, wait, what? Conscious Builder. Okay, yeah, okay, I see what's going on there. One of the other locomotives is missing some cars, so it's not there. So that's that issue. So I think that requires the Buffalo, which is one of the assets that I do not have yet. So I'll just quickly save the game and we'll get moving. Hello, driver. Today you'll drive this passenger train all the way from over the hill till Laramie. Good luck. Okay. Control D. We're good. The bell on this locomotive is something I absolutely am in love with. Oh, we're moving, I think. There we go. We're moving. Here we go. Oh, that's one thing I do need to fix. Let me get the fire mask ready to go. Going all the way up with that. Goodbye, friend. Hope you have a good day. So, I have been really playing around with this locomotive for a while now, and now I'm kind of in the process of trying to repaint it. Now, I don't know if this locomotive is very, one of the easier locomotives to repaint, but by God, am I going to try. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh, fuck me. Does that switch a line for me? It's not! Shit, I gotta restart. I started moving and I didn't realize that I needed to flip the switch. Mulligan. I don't know if I spaced that out too far, because I was trying to turn on the headlights as I was calling for the signal. Oh, no, I got it. Okay. Gotta see all the cars unhook their handbrakes. Release our handbrake as well. Back to the bell again. And we're off again, this time with the frickin' switch set correctly. Jesus Christ. Oh God, sir! Get the crap out of me. So I've been messing around, like I said, I've been messing around with this locomotive for a little bit, and and now I'm in the process of trying to repaint it. So, there's another thing I need to do. Set the dampeners correctly. These dampeners up. You should be getting some more fire pressure. We're going over the switch now. There we go. Now, interesting... Whoops, shit. I'm speeding. So, I haven't really played around too much with these locomotives, at least for the most part. Oh, I didn't realize that 10 miles an hour. Oh, there we go. Now we're at 30. So I've been playing, like I said, I've been playing around with these locomotives for a little bit, especially the 119 currently. She is absolutely stunning as a locomotive. I really enjoy her design. Now, you may be wondering, wait, why is the locomotive painted green and not red like she is over at Promontory Point currently? Well, you may be surprised to find this out, but that's not her real paint. The 119 was never painted in a red paint livery, much like her sisters, like the Leviathan, or her Central Pacific sisters, like the Leviathan and Jupiter. Well, the Leviathan was the only notable one that's painted in red. You see, the Union Pacific actually painted their locomotives in a sort of forest green and mahogany style paint. Now the wheels, yes, they were painted red. They were easier to identify. They were easy to, you know, look into and whatnot. But as a whole, the locomotives were never painted all red. And Smokebox found this out and decided to paint their locomotives. Decided to paint the locomotive in its original scheme. Now, I do want to point this out, though. I was shocked to see that these cars are in the armored yellow paint scheme. Now, if you don't know what that is, the armored yellow paint scheme is the current passenger scheme for the Union Pacific Heritage equipment. And to see that the Union Pacific is, of course, that has been using that for a while. Well, it was a shock. I'm gonna lower the reverser, or wait, hold on, maybe applying more throttle? Nope, never mind. Maybe applying more coal. No, that's not working. Lowering the reverser doesn't seem to help, though. Huh, I'm losing steam somehow. Whatever. One thing I will note is that this locomotive is a tricky devil. A very, very tricky devil. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. Shit. I do, of course, love the passenger views of all the equipment. It's always been fun to ride in these passenger cars as a whole. That's the baggage car, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's the baggage car. Here's a caboose. All trains need a caboose. Got the Chestory coach. Oh fuck! Well, this is the conductor's view. So the conductor will normally lean out the train car like this, like so, and then shout, "All aboard!" as the train just rolls by. Now you may have also saw. I do want to point out that what the hell? Oh, for a second I thought that was an actual crossing. Okay, I'm going to lower the regulator here. No point in doing that. Actually, we're approaching our top speed, so we don't really need to keep it up. Just need to make sure that the locomotive keeps running. Alright, I also want to double check our position. There we are. There is our stop. Go to Cheyenne, East Main. So we're the line. So the switch is aligned over there. The switch is not aligned here. We're going to go to the depot. Track 1. Assuming that one of the trains has to go ahead of us. I just love the fact that the cars bounce around too on this track. Because, in all seriousness, when the Transcontinental Railroad was actually built, it was very roughly built. It never was... It wasn't until much later when these trains eventually got a nice, smooth set of tracks. Railroading in the 1860s, 1870s, and even into the 1880s and 90s, most trains didn't even have air brakes. Think of this. A system that has been in place for the American railroads to be considered safe nowadays, air brakes, which are required by FRA standards, had been invented by 1850. Think of that. 1850 was the first time air brakes were put into place, but they were never made mandatory until 1910. We had over 60 years of trains without air brakes, and Union Pacific 119 is one of those locomotives that never had an air brake system on board. And as you can see, we're actually let me just double check my water here. Are we still good there? Okay, we're good. Just want to make sure I don't run low on water here. Look at the boiler pressure again. Thank you. I love that the fact that the flames just fly out of the fucking firebox like that. That is just so funny to me. One of the most goofy looking things ever. Now, you probably noticed that the scenario did say it was over 200 and I think it was 217 minutes, so 220. Yeah, I'm not going to do that this entire episode. So what I'm planning on doing, essentially, is we're basically going to probably try and do about... We're probably going to split this up into 4 videos going into 2019. And the reason for that is because, well, 2019 is a very special year for the Union Pacific. And I mean very special. The Union Pacific's completion of the Transcontinental Railroad happened on May 10th, 1869. Why is that significant? Well, 2019, specifically May 10th, 2019, is going to be the 150th year the Union Pacific not only completed the Transcontinental Railroad, but the Union Pacific has been around without any sort of bankruptcies or anything like that, like any serious, I wouldn't say bankruptcies, but, you know, serious restructuring since the 1850s. The Union Pacific Railroad has been around for over just 100 years. This railroad has been in service in some way, shape, or form between 1850, starting in 1850, and its name, Union Pacific, actually was basically derived from the Union Army during the Civil War, because it was meant to be a military. Basically, the Union Pacific at first was commanded by a former Union Army general. So when it was constructed, it got the name Union Pacific. And I gotta say, that is probably one of the most seriously amazing little facts for this little railroad, is that its name, Union Pacific, came about because of the Civil War. When the Transcontinental Railroad Act was signed by Abraham Lincoln, it was during the middle of the goddamn Civil War. The reason for this act's enactment, the Transcontinental Railroad, was initially to keep the nation together. It was built to make sure that the Union Army had a way of keeping California, which was a state at the time, under the control of the Union. They didn't want it to fall into the South's hands. They didn't want it to be a part of the southern states of America, which was the Southern Army, the rebels, as they were called, essentially. The Union Pacific was created to do that. Now, of course, they had help. There was not only the Union Pacific, but the Central Pacific as well. The Central Pacific was the other railroad that helped with the Transcontinental Railroad, and the Central Pacific was eventually absorbed by the Southern Pacific. That's why a lot of the areas that were famous for the Southern Pacific had been constructed as far back as 1860. Donner Pass, for example, was actually constructed by the Central Pacific, but was later taken over by Southern Pacific, and by extension, the Union Pacific. And actually, there are 3 major transcontinental routes built by 3 different railroads, built by 3 different groups. You have the Northern Transcontinental Branch, which was built by the Great Northern and the Northern Pacific. This would eventually be merged into what would become the Burlington Northern. You had the Southern Transcontinental Route, which was mainly controlled by the Ashton, Topeka, Santa Fe Railroad. This was the Cajon Pass and Tehachapi Pass areas that we see today. And Those, though mostly shared by the Union Pacific and the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, are some of the more interesting segments of the Southern Transcontinental Line, and they're mainly under the control of the BNSF. But it's the central route, the Central Transcontinental Route, which is the Union Pacific Sherman Hill area, that was the most difficult for them to construct, I guess you could say, because it was the first time it had actually been done. Now, yes, there were other railroads that, of course, tried to, try to build this railroad from the ground up and everything, and we're actually running low on water here. I'm going to need to put some water in the boiler. As you can see by that. Got some water there, but we're going to need to open up the tricocks. Opening that up. I don't want to use... Oh, actually, I should use steam, shouldn't I? Yeah, considering we're actually using that. Okay, I'm going to sit here. So this one's very different because you got a steam injector this time around. On this locomotive. So we have a steam injector. There we go. And then you turn on the water. You have like a few levers to pull, and then you got water going into the boiler, which is kind of cool. So how far are we from our destination here? About 7.7 miles. We're good. And because the reason I'm using the injector rather than the tricocks is because we're actually blowing our cylinders, our safety valves there, and I don't want to use... What the fuck was that? I just could have sworn I saw the train bounce a little bit there. Anyway, we're blowing our safety valves over there, and I kind of want to put some water in the boiler by using the safety valves rather than using the steam we're building up rather than anything else. There's our route. It looks like we're pretty clear into the line. Alright, yeah, okay. I don't see... Okay, there's another train that's coming in. I wonder if it's triggered by a vent or something. So I'm going to go ahead and apply more regulator here. See if we can get the locomotive running here. I gotta admit though, this is fun. I love this little route. I love this. There's a lot of things to love about this. And this, get this. This scenario is actually on a route on Railworks America that Smokebox himself decided to promote. He basically said, yeah, I'm basically promoting this because it's a slight extension to my routes, which comes with this game, with the DLC, the 119. He has a route that's included with the Union Pacific 119, and it's actually kind of cool, to say the least. Another roundhouse, a freight house over here. Got the highball. Entering the platform now. Or, well, getting ready to... Whoa, hello. Okay, next stop, Cheyenne. Pick up passengers here. Pick up passengers there. You'll also need to pass a freight train from Cheyenne. Oh, Camp Carlin. We've passed a freight train from Camp Carlin there before you can continue your trip. Alright. What I'm going to do here, much like with the Jupiter, there are no air brakes on this locomotive, so you have to, in a sense, slow the train down by just going into reverse. Which, granted, is actually a nice little trick with trains with air brakes, because it honestly just really just makes the locomotive feel very, 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 very nice. Wait, we're actually successful. Oh wow, we're late. We're really late. Well, interesting. Well, whatever. That might explain why the other locomotive wasn't moving. Because we were blocking the line there. From the whistle, apply the brakes. Yep. Easy does it into a platform. Missed it by that much. Oh god, what the hell just happened there? We just need to move the train at least into the platform here. Jesus Christ. How long is this? 21 minutes? I should probably go ahead and just, you know. Sorry if I'm not on camera right now. I'm just making sure I'm on the platform here. With the last two cars, once the last two cars are on the platform, I'll go ahead and stop the train. Better yet, I probably won't even need to really... Well, maybe we will. The only reason I'm in the cab right now is to make sure I can actually get to the handbrake. Here comes the other guy. So you notice how I have a low ball? That's because I'm not. That's because that's the signaling system from back in the day. I'll start shoveling coal while I'm here. Might as well. So we got Union Pacific 116 coming into the station here. Set the switches. Okay. Good. Did that kind of... No, I didn't. Okay. That's a shame. Boop. That's awesome. Where's the long one, actually? Now that I look at it. Or at least long by 1860 standards. Oh, he turned off his light too, so he's stopping. That is something I love about Smokebox's little 1860 locomotives. They will automatically sound their whistle when they have to do a stop of some kind. The Jupiter does the same thing, actually. So I will admit that it's awesome. What we'll do is set the switches as according to the game itself. So I gotta flip that there. I gotta flip this here. Oh shit. And I think we're good. Yep, there goes the high balls. Alright, everything's ready to go. We're moving. Clear! Wanna know why I said clear, by the way? Even though that... Oh, what the fuck? Why are you catching that? Fuck it. I'm not gonna bother. If you want to know why I said clear while looking at that ball signal there, that's because that meant clear. That means that the block is clear for the train to move on forward. As you look forward, well, basically lower once you get to a certain point. Safeties are still going off, by the way. That's interesting. Another signal coming up. Whew. We should be getting good with water here soon. Oh, there's another little feature I want to show you guys about this locomotive that honestly just has me so floored that I ended up doing this. So there should be a lever somewhere here. Where is it? There's a lever that activates the blowdown of all things, which is actually awesome to me. If I can find it. Whoops, selecting something. There it is. There's a little blowdown thing for this locomotive. It's so fucking cool. Granted, it's loud as fuck, but I have my bell on still. Shit. To be honest, I don't know if that was a crossing or not, but whatever. Alright, so we should have enough water in the boiler right now. What the hell? Is that a ding? Why? That's kind of cool. What? What? There's light. Oh, it's from the sun. Okay. How far am I going exactly? 3 miles, huh? How many instructions do I have exactly? Feel it. Okay, we got enough water in the boiler here. There we go. Woof! Wow, that's quite far away actually now that I look at it. How many instructions do I have here? 23, huh? Considering that 4 instructions, considering I'm doing this probably in a couple parts, I'll probably do maybe the first stop, essentially. First major stop, but I don't think I'll be really, whoops, shit. I don't think I'll be able to really get that far with this scenario right now. Here we go! So yeah, this is insane to me. I love this locomotive. I absolutely adore it. And like I said, with the DLC, you get all the passenger freight equipment, and time period era routes, and if you already have the Jupiter, it's a nice addition already. You get a route, a period route, for you to run on the rail that you can run yourself. You get a bunch of scenery assets as a result for you to build your own period routes, and it's just like one of those incredible gets of the year. Now, if you do decide to get it full price, I highly recommend it, because that money does go to Smokebox as well, and it shows him that people are wanting this content more and more. So yes, I would say grab it at full price, grab it at discount price, do whatever, just get the damn DLC. This is incredible. This is one of those little DLCs that I will probably be playing a lot of over the next couple of years. So yeah, that's insane. This is insane. Now, you also may have noted, though I do want to say that because of the episode numbering system, you may notice that this is not properly episode 16. This, my friends, is, I think, episode 41 or something like that. But because of just how this is going to work out, I'm not going to do the entire episode like this. So, I'm going to try and get as far as I can with this, at least for this part, but, you know, who knows. There we We got the regulator. There we go. Just need to make sure. Oh god, we're going up 0.8%, huh? Oh yeah, that's right. Outside of Cheyenne, the grade is 1.5, I think, out of Cheyenne on the modern version, on the main line. So we're going to be dealing with a much steeper grade. God damn, that's going to be pain. Speaking of which, we'll actually get the blower ready to go too. Whoop-a-doo. Where's that throttle? Steam blower throttle. Oh, right. There we go. Blower's active. Dump the coal in. Alright, where's the sander? We might need to get that ready to go too. Okay, we're still at a 0.8% grade, so we're doing okay. Alright, we got fire and we're getting steam pressure back. That's good to see. Yeah, this is... So I spent a good chunk of the time getting to Cheyenne talking about the history of this railroad, but damn, this has always been fun for me. Is that another locomotive? Oh. That's one thing I will kind of goof off about, and that is the fact that once you get a full load of coal, it just goofs off, it glitches out. It sounds like, what the hell is this?